Time now for Ask the Expert. It has been a frustrating start to tax season for some early filers.
TurboTax once again processing the electronic filing of state tax returns after temporarily suspending service last week because of those widespread reports of fraud. Tony Drake from WealthWisconsin.com joining us this afternoon. A lot of people are worried about this. What do you tell them?
Yeah, it's important. You got to be careful. Now, but they're reporting to us that it didn't affect anybody in Wisconsin. And keep in mind, the fraud only affected the state return, not the federal, so we should be okay, but you have to be careful. Wisconsin Department of Revenue is adding some additional steps in this year, some filters, if you will, to look for fraud. Also, if you're expecting a refund, don't be surprised if the state asks you some multiple questions just to confirm your identity before you get that back.
So tax identity theft, it's become a big concern for people. It actually happened to my sister-in-law. What are the thieves doing? How do they operate?
Isn't it something? I had a client in my office literally on Monday this happened to. $5 billion with a B is what paid out last year. It's a huge number. It's a big problem. Primary thing they're doing is taking our name and social security number, filing fraudulent tax returns. If you feel you may have been a victim of this, we have some great steps and a way to report it at our website, wealthwisconsin.com.
All right, that's after the fact. What can you do if you want to be proactive to protect yourself?
Couple things you want to do. First is file early. I mean, beyond, getting out of those big lines on April 15th, if you're filed and someone fraudulently tries to use your number, it's already taken, so it's not going to go through. So that's the most important thing you can do is file early. Other thing is to file electronically. Your number's not out there in the mail. It helps protect it quite a bit and protects your personal information.
So if we do become victims, you said there's some steps to take. I know you said one on your website, but...
Yeah, there's some great steps you can take. There's some ways to report it to the IRS, which is important. There's also some things you can do with the 3 credit bureaus to put your credit on what's called a credit hold. If anyone tries to open up a new account with your credit, essentially they'll have to contact you first. So some great steps, but you really have to be diligent. It's a tough process. If someone uses that, and then you go to file your return, it's a pretty long process to sort that out.
It's going to be a difficult tax season for people. Is there a lot of stuff that's new that needs to be figured out?
It's a little bit difficult this year. A lot of health care changes that are causing some different tax credits or penalties even. Also, the IRS commissioner has reported due to budget cuts, they have about half the staff they need. He says about 50% of people may not get their phone calls answered. So it's another great reason to file early. If you wait till the last second and have a question, you may not be able to get through.
10 seconds left. How do you spend that refund?
A lot of great ways, and certainly pay down debt. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Think about emergency savings, and what I always say, plan for the future, retirement.
And
no trip to Vegas?
Shoes.
Yeah, see?
Shoes, there we go.
Got a question for Tony Drake or any of the experts? Send an email to asktheexpert@tmj4.com or call that number right there on your screen.